Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Dr. Lokesh Gupta. Today we are talking about the correlation coefficient and correlational research. These are the topics. Generally we have some confusion about the what is the correlation, and correlation coefficient is different from correlation, and the is something different between correlational research and correlation coefficient. So today we talk about these three terminologies. First of all, we talk about the correlation. If we talk about the correlation, it means most of the time we are talking about the correlational analysis. Okay, so correlational analysis required at least scores from two variables. Generally, we consider these variable as an x and y. So one is x variable and another one is the y variable. Usually, each pair of x and y scores from the same participant. Most of the time, or not only the most of the time, even 99% time, we have a score of a same individuals on a two variables x and y. But sometime maybe it's not always true कि sometimes we have different scores, different individuals as well. X is different and y variable have different score. So even we need some rational system for pairing these scores. Suppose these are the classmates, roommates scores. So in this case, x variable पे we just count a score of one person, and y variable we count another person. So these are some rational is required, but again the thing, we required the scores in a pairs. So obviously the number of pairs is the number of individuals in both variable is same, so number of scores is same. So these are the generally type of correlation we found through graphical representation: positive, negative, and generally it's called linear relationship. It's the same positive correlation, or it seems again the scattered plot. It's and it seems near to perfect positive correlation 0.90, and it's exactly the perfect point plus 1, and it's negative, perfect negative correlation, and its average correlation 0.5 positive correlation. So these are the generally graphical representation of our correlation. So these are the called correlation. If we talk about the correlation coefficient, relationship is present. Obviously, so we see the relationship between two variables. So when relationship is present, so when as the score increase, the corresponding scores change in a consistent fashion. So whenever we find the relationship, so obviously we want to know its characteristic as well, what pattern is formed, and how consistently do the score change together, and what direction do the score change. So the best and easiest way to answer this question to compute the correlation coefficient. So now we just check the pair, or check the relationship between these two pairs, or now we convert these relationship into a number. So these numbers is called correlation coefficient. Okay, so correlation coefficient is a descriptive statistic, a single number summarizing and describe the important characteristic of the relationship. The correlation coefficient is quantify the pattern in the relationship or examining the all x and y pairs at a once. So on the another on other statistic it does not do this. So in this case, correlation coefficient is very important because it simplifies the complex relationship involving many scores into one, easily interpret in a statistic. So if suppose thousands of pairs we have, so we just convert it into a single number to interpret our result. So therefore, any research where a relationship is found, always calculate the appropriate correlation coefficient. So this is called correlation coefficient. So correlation is the relationship between two variables, but correlation coefficient is the value of the we convert these pairs pattern relationship pattern into a numbers is called correlation coefficient. But another third thing is the correlation research. The term correlation is the synonym of relationship. So correlation design, we examine the relationship between the two variables. So most of the time correlation design means we just examine the two relationship between two variables. The relationship can involve the only the score from virtually any variable, regardless how we obtain them. So another thing is correlation coefficient is calculated between two variables. But if we talk about the correlational research, obviously we just calculate the relationship between two variables. We are not talking about how we obtain these scores. So these called the correlational research as well. So this is the thing. Generally we have talk about the correlation coefficient and the correlation research. So next video we are talking about the how correlational research and the experimental research are different from each other. So thank you for watching this video. If you have any suggestion, anything, so you can just send in through comment box. Please like this video, subscribe this channel, and share this video. Thank you so much for watching this video.